welcome. We have the Barrie Colts Dynasty. We're going to do a new one for 2019 and beyond. I did one a couple years ago, and I'm excited to get going. I've been a little bit delayed this year. Been busy lately, but I'm going to start playing this quite a bit. So this will be a new series. I'm going to try to keep it about 7 to 10 minute episodes. Do a little bit more of them. So it should be a lot of fun. I am a big Barrie Colts fan. I grew up in Barrie, so that's my team. So I started one. I simulated all the annoying stuff, so we didn't have to watch that. Sorry, not simulated, but I completed it. Just did all the lines and adjustments and everything. So we're starting the season here. We got a season preview. I just finished the preseason. Funny enough, on the emails here, it says I'm actually the leader for the early favorites for the Robertson. We got a nice squad here. Flint actually has a pretty strong team this year, which is nice. It actually has Ryan Suzuki singled out here in the scoring race, so we'll see if he can put up a big year. Preseason, in real life, he's been injured a little bit, but preseason he was actually expected to put up almost 100 points or more. So him and Akil Thomas here, a couple studs here, Niagara. It's funny enough, I was just looking here at showing Ryan Merkley here, and it shows pretty funny. I noticed he has a 16 rating on Team Player, which is pretty comical with his history. So what we'll see here is the team. Right now, we're pretty thin because a couple of NHL defensemen haven't been sent back yet. Tyler Tucker is still in St. Louis for the start of the season, so that's going to really sting. He was our best player next to Suzuki. And then also at left defense, the other NHL pick, Matthew Hill, which was a sixth-round pick, fourth-round pick actually. Oh yeah, sixth-round pick. He is a nice shutdown defenseman. He's about 6'6" in real life, monster. So as you can see, his defense rating is really high. He's a perfect shutdown defenseman. There, he's going to be a monster as a 19-year-old next season. Big plans for him. So that's going to kind of sting because all we have right now as really good player is Nate Allenson, who's not ratings aren't that terrific, but he's a pretty solid player. So we're going to have to start the season with Prospel in the lineup, and then I had to call up a junior A guy, Joey Johnson there. So to make matters a little bit worse, Brandon Clark's injured right now, game unavailable with a minor injury. So we actually are missing our three best defensemen to start the season. Luckily, we have York, who's a pretty good player, and then we have an overager, Cam Cameron. So we have a couple older players in Allenson that should be able to hold down the fort. We definitely don't have that good offensive defenseman that we're missing in Tucker and Brandon Clark to start the season. Because as you can see right here, we got, on the protected list, we have a huge shot from Tyler Tucker. So I'm surrounding my power play game around him. He's going to be the point shooter with amazing 16 shooting range. So when we get him back in a couple weeks, hopefully that'll make our lineup a little bit more deadly. I try to stack the first line a little bit. We got the OA, Tortora on there, Suzuki, our best player, and Picard, second best player. Picar's awesome NHL pick. So he has some really good ratings across the board. Really good defensive player. I was tempted to make him a second line center. He's a really good center with his good defensive ratings. But it was just I really want to stack that first line. And Suzuki is such a dominant playmaker for this age group. Such an amazing passing and offensive read abilities. Really wanted to make sure I get the best players on the wing for him. It was actually I was contemplating putting him on the left wing because he has rating and Picard at center, but I figured Suzuki, such a good playmaker, I just want to have him in the middle of the ice there, and it doesn't really matter at the end of the day as they're on the same line together. If they're playing center left wing or center right wing in a different order, they're still going to be really good players. So I just kind of kept Suzuki at center. Next year Suzuki should be back, and he'll be back next year at center, so I didn't want to move him to left wing now. Anyways, so that'll be this episode. Just want to show you the kind of quick season review there. We got a couple really good goalies. Jet Greaves is a really solid guy who's got a couple big games last season. Got kind of noticed. It passed over in the NHL draft, but then we also have Arthur Silvas, who also hasn't been sent back down. He'll be our stud this season. They'll probably rotate about 60-40 in Silva's favor. He's a really good player who's around for another year too. We're really stacked with 01s, which are the 18-year-olds. So next season we should be really good because we have those two goalies, both as 19-year-olds next year. Both will have really good trade value too. And then we'll lose Tucker, but we'll have Hill back, we'll have Suzuki back, and then we'll have Brandon Clark back. We'll have Forrester's no 2. Frasca's a really good rookie. He has some incredible ratings for first year guy in the game. 15 shooting actually. He's gonna be our fourth line center, but he's a future first liner for sure, whether it's on the wing or in center. 12 faceoffs pretty good. He's going to be a big, strong center, probably about 6'4", 210 when he's older. So him and our other young star is Del Monte. Del Monte's about 160 pounds right now. Incredible passing ability. He's like a young Suzuki. 13 speed, 15 passing, 15 puck handling. So he'll be absolute superstar when he's older. So to build around Frasca, Brandon Clark, and Del Monte is going to make this team really fun, I think, over the next few years. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Keep this first episode quick, and I'm going to do a little bit of simming here, and we'll see where we're at in a couple weeks.